Greetings and salutations, my little earth babies. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute. Trust me. I know it's been a minute since we've heard from me. But let me tell you, things have been flip side down, upside down, and backwards in my household. Okay, we're gonna get into it today. That's what the premise of today's video is. I'm going to tell you the last about month of my life as to why you haven't seen, heard from me, gotten an update. Where have you been? Miss Vam, hello, we're waiting. Where you been? Because you ain't been here. And it's been a long time. I know. I'm sorry. It's been a doozy. How are you though? Check in before we get into my mess. How are you doing? Vibe check. Sit with yourself for a minute. How are we doing? How are we feeling? How are things after the holidays? Today is officially February 1st when I'm filming this. I don't know when you'll be seeing it edited and completed and on the YouTube channel, but hopefully only a couple days. Let's be honest. Hopefully only a couple days, but we'll see. How are we? February 1st, so holidays are done. Granted, there's like Valentine's Day, but like, no, nobody cares anyway. God, okay, I think I'm just pumped up and excited to be back here, you know? It took me a minute to hit the record button. I was scared. You know, I had some reservations. I haven't talked to you in a minute, so I was nervous. But let's stop, reel it back. I'm already making it about me again. I'm bad at that. How are you doing? I'm for real. Let me know in the comments how you've been doing. How have you been holding up? Is your head on straight? Because I know mine's not. But really, all that matters at the end of the day is that your head is above water. So we're going to keep fighting to keep making that happen. We're going to make sure both of our head, it's a symbiotic relationship we got here going on. I'm going to make sure your head's above water and you're going to help make sure my head's above water. Because Lord knows, that shit be bobbing. That shit be bobbing, okay? God, it's like I said, it's been like 2 months. It's been probably about 2 months since you've heard from me, and not for lack of trying. Let me tell you, it is not because I didn't want to be here. You know me, and you know I love to ramble on forever. So let's just cut the BS. Let's skip it. Let's get to it. Let's get into it. Let me tell you what my last month has been like. But roll the intro first. There also, you see there's a new sheen, I'm figuring out the camera settings on my camera. We're doing this whole YouTuber thing. You see this? The little whatever, there's a filter on. We're seeing, we're a little what is it, like retro-y? We're a little filmy, we're a little cool, we're a little, we're living, we're learning, we're doing this whole YouTuber thing. This video diary essays is turning into, I don't know, I'm kind of like it. I don't know. This channel started out as a complete experiment slash like therapy session, but we're having fun. I don't know about you guys. I am lying. We're not having, I sit in front of you guys and I cry every single video and I'm like, babe, we're having fun. We're having fun. But I'm not kidding. Like I do have fun with these videos. It's just the topics that I talk about. Ew, yikes. Like, they're a doozy. And I've been burying them for years. For a reason, you know? Like, I don't want to talk about them and bring them up for a reason, you know? But that's also why I have issues. And why the same issues and cycles keep coming back up in my life. It's because I know I'm not dealing with the trauma that needs to be dealt with. So, here we are. Hi. My name's The Antidote. Nice to meet you. We're a trauma channel. Oh, nice to meet you. Here we are. Okay, let's just get into it. Again, like I've already said, I love to ramble. Let's get into it. So, I am a firm believer of everything happens for a reason. Yes, even my parents dying. Yes, every shitty thing that's ever happened to me in life. I believe that everything happens for a reason because it teaches you the lessons you need to cultivate and go about your life. Yes, my parents died and it fucking sucked and I went through a lot of shitty times, but it is also cultivating and pushing me into a life that I wouldn't have if I didn't have those experiences. That's a weird way to put it, but it's like I would not be standing in this position where I am today if every single thing in my past didn't happen to put me here. If my parents never died, I don't know if I would have ever left Kansas. I don't know if I would have ever tried to do better, be better. I would probably still be at home, or I would have like 3 kids, charges, like I probably would have been to jail by now. Like it's just, my hometown was not a good environment for me. And I know it's insane to be like, well, I'm in a better off position that my parents are dead. That's not how it is. Like I know it's hard to, especially if you're not already a everything happens for a reason type person. It's hard to be like, if everything happens for a reason, then only good things would happen. It's hard to see that the bad things have to happen in order for good things to happen, okay? Stick with me. Just stick with me. I know we're rambling, but it's gonna mean something eventually. So I mentioned in one of my previous videos, when I did my dog reveal, that my dog is reactive, okay? I'll link the video. Go check it out, listen to her story, listen to my past dramas with my other dogs. Just go listen to that if you want another doozy. It's a bad one too. Not her story is a bad one, but my other dog trauma, that one's a doozy. But her, okay, so she's reactive to other pets and people. She's mostly people reactive. The pets are iffy. A iffy thing. The small dog, she don't prey drive, no dogs. But she's just semi-reactive to pets and super reactive to people. What I got in my little delulu ass brain, I kept seeing these reels and like videos of people that had reactive dogs. And it kept being like, oh, I wish I would have known that my reactive dog just needed a friend to calm her down. Okay, and I kept seeing these videos. It wasn't one, it wasn't two, it was like multiple that I kept seeing, and I was like, delulu set in. I'm already delusional, bitch. Don't give me things to feed into my delusion, you know? I'm like, that's the universe. Like I was talking earlier, I'm like, everything is a sign to me. Everything is a sign. So I'm like, the universe wouldn't have put these videos on my feed if it didn't want me to see it, you know? The universe wouldn't tell me about the reactive dog videos if they didn't want me to see it, you know? Sorry if this is loud. But you know, type thing, like the Delulu sits in. I'm like, the universe wouldn't let me see this video if it wasn't for a reason, you know? She's not stupid. She knows what she's doing. Full Delulu started to set in at that point. Like, full delusion. Out the fucking window. Reason, out the window. Goodbye. See ya. I watched her drive away. It was gone. One-way ticket. One-way ticket. She ain't coming back, okay? So I start looking on my local animal shelter's website, and I'm like, I'm gonna get me a dog. I'm gonna adopt me a dog. It's gonna be great. My brain is telling me that all she needs is a friend, and the second she sees them, they're gonna fall in love, right? Yeah, okay. So I start meeting with this dog. And first it's just me. I'm meeting this dog. His name is Eeyore. He was so cute. He is so cute. He's still adoptable, by the way. Ooh, I would kind of dox myself if I would tell you where you could adopt him, but I'm really not trying to dox myself. I'm sorry, I'm a paranoid individual, but I'm not trying to get you to know where I live. I love you. I don't want to dox myself, okay? Okay. So I start to go on meetings with this dog. We're just doing the intro thing. It's just me at this point. And then we're like, okay, let's take it to the next step. And then Akina, my widow baby, starts meeting him. And it's going like semi-okay, especially for like the circumstances we were put in. So they have to hold her. They're like, if you want to meet the dog, we gotta hold Akina. And I'm like, ooh, ooh, ooh. you gotta hold her. That's the issue. She don't like people. I'm like, she like people less than she like dog, but I'm like, go ahead. Go ahead. And they're like, surprisingly, she did really good. Like, she let the people take her. Girly pop, this don't need to be a 45-minute long video. Like, you're just talking about a dog. Let's get it popping. Let's get it moving. People got shit to do today. Okay. So we start, it wasn't the best of interactions, but they did good. So we start walking together, just like me and the lady and the other dog. And we just go on walks. Like, we don't let them interact. We just walk together. And it's still just like, honestly, she was doing great. But the other dog did not like her. It's like every time we would go on our walks, he would growl at her. He wasn't vibing with her. He would bark at her. So it's like they just weren't vibing. But I was like, I'm down to try, to keep trying. At the very least, my dog is getting exposure that she has never gotten before. She's getting experiences that she's literally never gotten. Like, this is good. Let's keep doing it. Cut to literally like that night. Oh no, okay, I'm gonna tell the whole story how it happened. I haven't told anyone this whole story top to bottom. I think that's why I keep forgetting how insane it is. Like, she itchy. I don't know if you can hear her, but she itchy. You and your pet. Alright, I promise the story is coming. I promise the meat, the juice, the tea of the story is coming. We're getting to it. So we get home from our walk with Eeyore, the doggo we're thinking about adopting. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna walk her around the neighborhood. She just seems a little like, she was a little antsy when we got home. I was like, you know what? You went on a walk, but you didn't get to go on a walk without like any stressors. Like, you had the homeboy behind you the whole time. So it wasn't really like your time, right? So I was like, let's go get some mama baby time. Let's go walk. Let's go out in the neighborhood. Let's just walk around, you know? Which we were not going to do. This is where the story starts to get crazy. We were not going to go on a walk. We were not supposed to go on a walk. Any other day, we would have not been on a walk. Like, we would have not had the need to. We wouldn't have been exactly in the right place in exactly the right time, okay? This is that juice. This is where the juice comes and where you'll start to pick up on everything had to have happened for us to be exactly where we were. So I wasn't supposed to take her on the walk, but I'm like, let's go. Let's just go on a walk. The point, girly. Let's get to it. So we're walking up to this dog park, and this lady stops me, and she's walking out of the dog park. And still, like, because she's reactive, I'm just gonna walk past it. If I ever see somebody in the dog park, I'm just gonna walk past it. I'm like, we're not even gonna try to do all that because she's insane. So I was like, we're just gonna walk past it. And I see the lady like call me over, and she's like, hey, are you missing a dog? Like, do you lose a dog? And I'm like, nope, right here at the end of this leash. This one's right here, but like, thanks for asking. And she's like, okay, well, there's a dog chilling over there. So I'm like, what? What? Like, okay, thanks for letting me know that there's a dog over there. Okay, and she leaves, and so I'm like, what? Still on the dog mode. I'm like, what? There's just a dog over there? And now don't get mad at me, much like I always do. I forgot a little small minor detail that would add to the overall story that was formerly, it's not sequential, but I remembered it and now I gotta go back and tell it, and I'm sorry, and I do this all the time, so just get used to it, okay, babe? Just get used to it. Okay. So before this even happened, it was like a week prior, I found a dog running in the street. So I was like already in save a bitch wildlife mode, okay? So I found a dog running on this busy ass street by my house, like it was dusk, it was about to be dark. And oh my God, like I almost gave up because it wouldn't come to me and it was running in this busy ass street. My car was in the middle of the road running, like keys in it, ignitions type in it. And I live in an area where yo shit will get stolen type shit. So I was like, the dog won't come to me. Maybe it's just gonna go home. I don't know. So I was about to give up and almost, like, I saw it almost get hit by a car. I was sitting in the road, in this busy ass road, like waving my arms, like psychotically trying to not get the dog to get hit. And I saw it almost get hit by a car and I was like, no, like I'm not giving up. If I leave, it's gonna die. So I finally wrangled this dog. Thankfully it had a name tag and it had an owner. So I was like, got the dog, saved it. And this was a week after, so I was already in the mode of, oh my god, clearly, like, I'm Captain Save-A-Ho, Captain Save-A-Dog mode, okay? Like, wildlife, here I am. Reporting for duty, I'm gonna get you your dog back, okay? Right? Okay, so I'm already in that mode when she's like, there's a dog back there. So I'm like, we gonna save this dog, right? We gonna get it. We gonna get it back to its owners, right? So I thought that was how that was gonna go. So I go up to the dog. No, I don't go up to the dog. Sequential order. I take my dog to the dog park and I'm looking at the dog and I realize that it's hard to explain, but there's kind of like a ravine. It's like the dog park, a little area, like a little grass area, and then like a ravine, like a little creek river ravine. And then there is another park behind it, like there's fields, like a, what are they called? Baseball fields behind it. So there's a big tall fence like separating it, a creek, and then us. So I can't just go to the dog. I'm like, there's a whole ass river in between me and the dog. So I'm like, how do I cross this goddamn river? How do I do it? Oh, and I'll insert pictures and like everything, and I can like show you with more detail what the fuck I'm talking about. So there's this damn dog. And I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm gonna get to the dog with my dog. So I call someone, I'm like, I need you to come get my dog and like hold her. I need help, I need backup, I need the forces, I need the troops. I call in support, right? Get her in a safe spot so we can go check it out. Cause you know her, she'll freak the fuck out at the drop of a dime. So we get her in the car and I am like, okay, let's go see the dog. And I'm looking at it from across the creek. I'm just like, how do I get this dog? It's like a creek and it was just raining for the last week straight. So it's not like I'm gonna have to swim across this bitch type shit. And it's not like the cleanest of water. Okay? It's just not, there's ducks in it. Like I can look down and there are ducks in it. So it's just like poo poo. I know, like it's natural and it's a stream. It's a poo poo. Poo poo. Did you poo poo? Poo poo. Poo poo. Like, okay? I don't even remember. Oh, now I remember how I scooted. So at this point, everyone's out, and thankfully, my roommate knew, like the people that, again, everything had to align for everything to happen. My roommate had talked to the neighbors because they also go to like raves and shows, so they were already in communication with each other, like acquaintances with each other. And they saw her outside while I was scooting across this. So to get the only way across this river, there was a fallen tree. Thankfully, there was a fallen tree that was on each bank. So I was scooting my little boat, legitimately. Scooting my butt across this tree to get to this dog. And I have like nothing. I have like a bag, barely a bag of like dog treats trying to get him. And when I get up to him, I realize that this is not somebody's lost dog. This dog is skin and bones. He's missing hair. And he looks scared as hell. He is shivering, he's freezing, and he looks like so unsure of me. So I go into like, fuck mode. Instead of like trying to get somebody back their dog, I'm like, this is an abused and neglected dog. Like this dog hasn't eaten in weeks type shit. Like he was skin and bones. Again, I'll insert pictures so you know kind of like what he looked like. I was just like, whoa, doozy. Okay, this is going to be a little bit different than before. Than what I previously thought before. Right? And so thankfully those people come out and they're like, oh my god, like, what's up, dude? But the girl thankfully came out, the girlfriend, and she was helping me. We were like trying to do it, trying to get this dog on both sides, but he was just terrified of everything. And so like we couldn't get him and it was starting to be dark and it's winter. Like I just told you, it's February 1st. This was in January. Like it is freezing outside. And we're trying all night. We have like chicken, dog food. Like we're just trying to get him. And like we have a slip lead and we're trying to get him in this damn leash and he just won't come. Anything we do, he won't come, and like he'll run away. But he'll run away, but not too far. Like he knows this is his area. And everyone had said that he had been there for like the last week. First of all, like, thank you. They helped. I'm not gonna, no shade on them. They helped me. And they like they helped, and we probably wouldn't have gotten the dog if it weren't for their help. But everyone that came out said this dog had been here for a week. A week? I saw this dog for 2 minutes. A lady said, hey, there's a dog over there. And I was instantly like, let's get it. You're meaning to tell me this dog was out here for a week and nobody did anything? Not even call somebody? Like, nobody even thought to call the animal shelter, animal control. It is the dead middle of winter. Nobody thought to give them a call? Nobody. And again, that's just like another point on the everything happens for a reason, everything has to align for you to be there. Like, who knows, maybe it was meant to, maybe I was supposed to be the one that found them. So maybe it's not their fault they didn't call, maybe it was the universe at play to be the reason why they didn't call. Okay, giving them the benefit of the doubt, because the universe likes to pull the strings, okay? Give them the benefit of the doubt. But I'm starting to be pissed off at the natural order of society that nobody wants to, like, step up. It took me 2 minutes to be like, this is now my problem. To whereas, like, no, y'all saw him for a week and y'all live here. Y'all live right here. Like, their back door was facing him. I live, like, about a block that way. You know how I said this is a city of an apartment complex? I live, like, a block or two that way. What the fuck do you mean? Homeboy's been out here for a week. Just mad about it, okay? I'm just mad about it, okay? I think I'm genuinely mad because it's coming off of how I just told you. I saw so many cars drive past. I think I'm just starting to get discouraged that, like, nobody cares. I think I'm starting to realize at my prime age of 25 that nobody cares in this world. Like, no one actually gives a shit. Like, nobody's gonna take time out of their day to go rescue a dog or go help a dog because it's like, it doesn't fucking matter. It's not main character energy. That dog isn't me. Like, I'm just I need my Starbucks, I'm late for my fucking lunch, And I'm just real disappointed in people, Because where I think I used to, like, genuinely hold people in this, like, elevated spot in my brain where I thought a lot more people were like me. A lot more people had the heart that I do. But it's starting to come crashing down fast that people don't. And it's also coming off of another conversation I had with my sister. She was, like, getting bullied by her coworkers. First of all, my sister's older than I am. Why the fuck is she getting bullied at work? Let's talk about that. Why are you 30-year-olds fucking bullying, first of all? And she'll see this and she'll be like, bitch, I was not being bullied. But to me, she was being fucking bullied. And she was being bullied because she was being nice. She was being nice to people. And they were trying to make her feel like shit about it. What? Like, what do you mean? And I think that's why I'm getting so worked up and so upset about it right now, because it's like multiple instances right back to back to back that I'm just like really doubting us as a society. Where I used to have hope, I will never lose my hope, but where I used to have so much more of a, like, I held everyone in such a higher regard in my brain, that it's starting to come crashing down, that I'm realizing that a lot more people are pieces of fucking shit than I realized. So again, let's take the anger away. Hi, I'm the antidote. Nice to meet you. I'm here to cultivate a life where we do those things, where we're nice to people out of the genuine kindness of our heart. We lead with love. We present ourselves in the world with love, okay? Because there needs to be more people like us. Where I previously thought there were a lot more, we're gonna make it to be what I previously thought in my head. Because that's what we're here for. The world needs more love. There's enough people. You got me on my soapbox. Look at me. We're not even talking about no damn dogs. There will always be a plethora of people that are gonna knock you down, drag you, be mean, push you aside, try to make you feel less than yourself. But that's not what we're going to be here doing. We're going to uplift others. We're going to change that narrative. We're going to be the ones that show up and lead with love and unconditional love, no matter fucking what. And we're going to come and we're going to care about humans and animals and others. okay? So that's what we're doing here. If you've somehow found yourself here and that's not what you're into, unless you have plans of maybe softening yourself and staying along for the ride, if you're just an asshole, get out. We don't want you here. None of us want you here. This is our safe spot. We're all as a class uniting and saying we don't want you here, okay? But we do want you if you want to change. If you want to change your ways and be soft and be gentle and be nice, then you can stay, okay? Caveat over, okay? Let's get back into it. A dog. Got that dog in me, okay? Dog. I need to lather up my mouth. Week aside, been out for a week, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We're getting the dog. We can't get the dog, though. It's, like, clear that he's too sketched out and too scared of us and clearly, like, abused and has trauma that he's not going to just come with us. Like, previously, I thought I was just going to get in the car. Not going to happen. So, thankfully, this girl, by the grace of freaking everybody watching out above, she had a kennel. And we brought out the kennel. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. Again, another thing I forgot to say, everything happens for a reason. We had just ordered, of course, the videos, the sob stories. Clearly the algorithm knows its audience and knows what to do. Kept seeing videos of like animal shelter dogs and being like, you don't know how much just a blanket donation could change the dog's lives. So we had 24 like fleece lined like Walmart blankets to go give to the animal shelters. We had already dropped off 12 to the specific animal shelter I was already talking about earlier, but we just so happened to have more, you know? Okay, now it's clicking. We just happen to have all these fucking blankets. It's clicking, you know, everything had to fall in place. It's weird, right? It's weird, okay? So we go get those blankets. She brings out a kennel, and we're setting a kennel and a tarp because it is also raining. It is freezing in the winter, and it is raining. So we're setting it up for him to try to maybe we can like build his trust, gain his trust, because we're thinking that's the only way we're gonna get him out of here. He's like too fucking smart to get, because we had the slip lead, and we kept trying to get him and like wrangle lasso this motherfucker. Too smart. Motherfucker was too smart, just kept getting out of it. Clearly, he's like, I'm a street dog, baby girl. Like, I am for these streets. Homeboy came out cut and said, streets. The streets is my life. So he wasn't willing to come. Of course, I'm spiraling overnight. I'm like, I gotta leave this dog overnight. What do you mean I gotta leave the dog overnight outside? Like, stress starts to set in. And it's cold. It's winter. Like I said, it's freezing. But we gotta do what we gotta do. We had to leave him, but he had the kennel, he had the blankets, everything was good. And we even came to check on him later. I feel like at this point I'm just rambling. I like to do that a lot. I'll get like really good into a story and then I'll just ramble. And I'll tell the parts that don't really matter. So let's get more concise with the shit. I gotta check what time it is. Alright, let's get concise with the details because I know that's what we're all wanting. We come back out day 2 and we're like, alright, let's stay ahead. I wake up at like 7 a.m., go to the store. I'm already like 2 rotisserie chickens deep at like 7 a.m. I'm sure the people at the grocery store are like, are you okay? No, I'm not, but the chicken ain't even for me. Okay, go to the chicken and we're just still trying to get him. I'm like sitting on the ground and at this point it's like, I'm gonna fast forward, but we're like working with him for like hours. We're outside with chicken and peanut butter, just trying to work up his courage to come to us. And he'll like eat out of my hand. He wasn't aggressive. He was super sweet boy, but he was just terrified of the situation. And like long story short, we had to work for like hours. I think we leave at one point, go home. He keeps leaving and like going under this fence. I'm just getting so discouraged. I'm like, he's already been here overnight. Like I'm starting to get stressed out. Of course, everything in life you want to be like a super easy, like quick, 5 minutes and it's done. Like a super quick thing, but starting to realize not everything in life happens quick, just like that. Like you have to put in time and you have to be patient and you have to put in work. So that's what I was being tested with and learning, okay? Oh, I went back to give him CBD treats because our dog is a mess, so she has to have CBD. So we got the idea that maybe if we gave him some CBD, we could come back later. I'm all chilled out and he'll come with us. Like he'll let the leash go around him and we can go. So I come, again, walk, scoot across the tree, give him the CBD treats, and I start to leave because I had just spent like hours trying to get him. I'm like, all right, buddy, like, you don't trust me. I'll see you later. I'll come back. And I'm leaving and I'm walking across the tree again and I see him like trying to hop over the kennel. We had kind of positioned the kennel where he like kind of was like boxed into the little area he was in. He could go freely walk that way, which was part of the issue too. But then he was kind of blocked so he wouldn't run away this way. But I could see him, like I was across the river at this point, and I could see him. Like he looked like he wanted to jump over the kennel. And I was like, the little noggin started twisting. Don't do that very often, but the wheels started turning. And I was like, you look like you want to follow me. Like he looked genuinely like he wanted to come with me. And so I was like, let's try this out again. Scurry across the tree, right? Move the kennel. And at this point, the rotisserie chicken, so many moving parts. At this point, she had called me. She was back from getting the chicken and she called me and I was like, hey, meet me in the park. How I had previously told you there was like fields. Meet me at the baseball fields. I think I got a plan, okay? And so I get him and sure enough, he just starts following me. Like homeboy, I move the kennel. Homeboy's just, what's up? Let's go. Walking. And so I am like, okay. All right. But also again, past the baseball fields, busy ass road. Busy ass road where it's like not a lot of people are paying attention also. So I'm nervous. I'm like, we can't get too far. I'm just still just like nerves. Everything is just nerves. So he gets to this field and he starts like jumping and running and hopping like he wants to play. Like he's like, oh my God, you're here. Like, let's just play in this field. I am going to fucking cry. Like, ooh, I'm going to cry. Because it's like, I know in the story I've upped about and roundabout and jumped around, but it's like we had worked over like hours, put in hours on this dog to try to get him. And he's just in this field playing with me, like jumping around and playing with me. If I could not tell you how easily my heart broke into a million pieces. I was crying, so sad, so sad. Not like they were happy tears. I was happy for him because I was like, I just spent hours with you trying to get you like out of there and now you're just happy and being a dog, right? Broke my heart. Waterworks. We're not gonna cry this video. So thankfully she's here at this point and I'm like, let's just try to get in the car. Let's go in the car. Like we have chicken. And still he's just like, no, bitch, I don't know you. I don't know in enclosed spaces. Don't really like it. Don't really vibe with it. And so I'm like, still like, fuck, like maybe we should just walk home. We're like vibing off each other. We're like, should I just walk him home? Maybe he'll just follow me. Like it's only a couple blocks. But again, busy ass road, right? Busy ass fucking road. I don't know if I could walk him all along the sidewalk and he won't like jump into the road at one point. Can you imagine? I spend all this work trying to get this damn dog. Finally get this damn dog. And I watch it get hit by a car. That's my about 17th reason. Fuck a 13th reason. That's the reason number A, B, C, D, and G. Okay? So I'm just like uneasy about walking home. So I'm like, let's just play again. Let's do it. We'll figure it out. Let's just play. And he's playing with me and finally he just like flops. He flops his entire body weight. I think I sit down. I don't really remember the order of things, but I like flop down and he just flops his entire body weight on top of me. And then we're able to put the leash around his neck. And oh my God, if I could tell you just like the relief that came over me. I'm just like, we got this boy. He's safe. He doesn't have to sleep outside in the cold. He doesn't have to be scared. Thorns. There were thorns across this whole thing. I didn't really tell much about the details, but like how I fell into the creek and was like in this shit, and like I tried to, so it was like a very narrow, like I said, on the other side of the bank and the fence, it was a very narrow, like at some points with like trees, there was like this much of walkway. Like your foot is going like that much of walkway that you have to like move around. So at one point I fall, like completely slip into the river, and I like grab onto something thinking it's safe. Thorn bushes. Literally just I'm grabbing thorns, bro. So I'm like, this boy has been doing nothing but walking and stepping and sleeping on thorns, like for who, at least a week, who knows how much longer. So I'm like, just relieved that we even got him and have him safe. And that's just basically the story of how we got him. That doesn't even begin to touch what happened after we got him home and how I lost faith in like our animal shelters. And granted, like they are a highly underfunded resource that just doesn't get the funds, and so they don't have all the means necessary to do everything that you would think they could do. But I just lost faith in vets and also everything. I lost a lot of faith in humanity over this whole ordeal. But I think I'm going to save that for another video, because I could ramble on for another hour just about everything that's happened after he stepped foot into our house. So I think I'm going to leave us with that today. I know the premise of today's video is a little confusing. Like, are you trying to help me with myself, or are you telling me a story? And it's a little bit of both. That's the answer. It's a little bit of both. I'm going to get back into that stuff later. I'm going to end it here. I'm going to bid you adieu, a farewell, a greetings and salutations on the other side, my friends. I don't want to end it too quickly and abruptly, but I'm going to save all that other stuff. I'm going to leave you on a cliffhanger. Save all that for my next video. I just want to get back and to do a little check-in now that I've talked about myself and where I've been and what the hell happened. Back to us, babe. I want to make sure you're doing good, as always. Like, I know I've said it in the past, like, I don't know, this is a self-help channel, but like a weird way of self-help. Eventually, I don't know, I just don't really feel like I have that, like I should have that power. And not even like it's a power, I just feel like I shouldn't be, I feel like no one really should be the person to like tell you what to do. Even these self-help channels, like I feel like not everybody is the same. Not everybody is different. Everyone goes through and heals and grieves and goes about life differently. So I don't ever want to be like, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. I want you to kind of be able to pick and choose what you hear from me and be able to apply it to your life in those ways, you know? Like, instead of a normal self-help channel where I'm gonna just tell you, meditate, drink these smoothies, eat this, fast this way, I'm gonna go about it from the ass backwards way and tell you all the ways that I've fucked up in life. I'm gonna do it so you don't have to type thing, you know? Because you might be sitting there and being like, I just want to drink. I just want to throw my life away. But I'm gonna be here to tell you, I already tried that way, babe. I already did it. And I can tell you the outcome that it came. I can tell you a long list of stories on the outcome that came about of it. Or I can tell you that I'm here on the mostly other side of it, and we can laugh and have fun together. I don't know if that makes sense. Eventually I'll be able to coherently and cohesively tell my story, but I'm just rambling on at this point. I'm gonna go. Bid you adieu, bid you farewell. Au revoir, if you will. But before, as always, I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, I am proud of you. Proud of you for waking up today. I'm proud of you for making the decision to be here, for making the decision to do hard things, to make the decision to even put on deodorant and brush your teeth, because those are all monumentally important things when your head can't even come up for water. And I want you, of course, to know that you're not alone, especially in this community. We're building each other up, and we're building and cultivating a community of love and where we can cherish one another and support and uplift everyone. So with that, I love you. Again, I'm proud of you. I will see you next time. Peace, my little space babies.